You will never overthink again. Overthinking can be a difficult behavior to quit. You may even persuade yourself that the finest solutions are those that come from giving an issue a lot of thought. However, that is typically untrue. In actuality, you have less time and energy to act productively the longer you consider a problem. Furthermore, it can be draining to constantly imagine the worst-case situation, second-guess your choices, and consider all the things you could have done differently. Find out what constitutes overthinking, how to recognize the symptoms of overthinking, and why some individuals think too much. Learn about the various forms of overthinking, how it affects your relationships and mental health, and how to quit overthinking things in your life. Why do we think too much? Overanalyzing entails thinking about a subject or circumstance inordinately and for extended periods. It's difficult to focus your mind on anything else when you overthink. It's overtaken by the single thought you have. Contrary to popular belief, overthinking can be beneficial because it entails considering a topic or issue from almost every angle and projecting future events. According to research, overanalyzing is linked to depressive, anxious, and post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) symptoms. Everyone has moments of overthinking. Perhaps you spent endless hours trying to determine what to wear to your forthcoming job interview, or you can't stop worrying about all the things that could go wrong when you give your presentation next week. Instead of just thinking about the things that are upsetting you, you can take action in your life by learning how to stop overthinking. Rather than endlessly replaying something in your head, you can begin to take the required actions to make things right. Indications of overthinking. There are a few indicators you can check for to see whether you are overanalyzing a certain scenario or worrying. Overthinking symptoms include an incapacity to consider alternative ideas, not being able to unwind, being concerned or worried all the time, concentrating on circumstances beyond your control. I'm mentally worn out. Thinking a lot of bad things, mentally reenacting an event or encounter, making regrettable decisions, imagining the worst-case situations. The reasons behind overthinking. There are various causes of overthinking. Here are some things to think about. Lack of solution focusedness. Problem solving is not the same as overthinking. Overthinking is focusing on the issue all the time, whereas problem solving is finding a solution. Assume a storm is approaching. Here's an illustration of the distinction between problem solving and overthinking. Thinking too much. I wish the storm would not arrive. It will be terrible. I hope there is no harm to the house. Why must I always have these experiences? I'm unable to manage this. Solving a problem. I'm going outside to gather up anything that could blow away. To stop flooding, I'll place sandbags up against the garage door. I'll head to the store to buy plywood so I can board up the windows if it rains much. Solving problems can inspire constructive action. Conversely, overanalyzing causes uncomfortable feelings and doesn't lead to finding answers. Feelings like thoughts recur. Rehashing the same things repeatedly or ruminating is counterproductive. On the other hand, overthinking might cause you to imagine negative scenarios or find yourself mentally reliving a conversation. A 2013 study that was published in the Journal of Abnormal Psychology found that dwelling on your flaws, errors, and problems raises your chance of mental health issues. You're more prone to ruminate on your thoughts when your mental health deteriorates. It's a vicious cycle that might be difficult to escape. Consequences of thinking too much. While overthinking can cause worry, anxiety, and overthinking are not the same thing. Overthinking is not a mental condition. Nonetheless, it frequently contributes to the emergence and upkeep of several mental health issues. Here are a few conditions linked to overthinking. Depression, anxiety disorders in general, GAD, OCD or obsessive-compulsive disorder, anxiety disorders, PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, disorder of social anxiety, SAD. There is a reciprocal association between mental health concerns and overthinking. People who experience stressful situations, sadness, or anxiety may be more likely to overthink, and this overthinking might exacerbate their stress, anxiety, or depression. Sticks. Many times, the symptoms of these disorders can be relieved by finding a means to break free from this pattern. Relationships might suffer significantly from overthinking as well. Arguments and disputes with other people might arise from assuming the worst and making snap judgments. Being overly preoccupied with everything that other people do or say may also indicate that you are misinterpreting their intentions. Additionally, it can result in behaviors like continually seeking validation or trying to exert control over others, as well as relationship anxiety. Such actions can damage your interpersonal relationships. How to quit thinking too much. Research suggests that the secret to coming up with better solutions may be to think less about the problem at hand. Here are some strategies for reducing overanalysis. Take a break. You can take a short break from a problem instead of sitting and thinking about it for an extended period. When you're preoccupied with anything else like tending to the garden, your brain could find more efficient ways to solve the problem in the background. Alternatively, you may sleep on it and find that your brain works out the solution while you're asleep. A quick diversion can help you recharge. Additionally, it could help you focus on a more beneficial task. When you stop worrying about the issue, your brain may even come up with a solution for you. Disrupt negative thoughts. Remember that the things you think are not necessarily true. You won't have true, accurate, or even realistic thoughts all the time. The tendency to overthink things can be lessened by learning how to reframe them more constructively. Face your overthinking when you catch yourself doing so. Consider whether they are reasonable. Think about other possible outcomes. Acknowledging your overthinking can help you replace harmful thoughts with constructive ones, though it might be challenging at first. Improve your social and communication skills. Enhancing your interpersonal skills can help you break the habit of overthinking according to studies, as these abilities have a significant impact on this particular behavior. Here are 7 strategies to improve your interpersonal skills. Developing self-awareness, increasing your self-assurance, using restraint, meditation. One of the best tools for refocusing your thoughts in a more constructive direction is meditation. Try to concentrate on your breathing during your meditation. Instead of trying to empty your mind, concentrate on anything and get better at refocusing your attention when it strays. With some practice, you'll discover that stopping overthinking before it escalates will be a lot simpler. According to research, 10 minutes of meditation can help reduce worry and intrusive thoughts. Develop self-acceptance. Worrying about things you cannot alter or focusing on previous mistakes are common causes of overthinking. Rather than criticizing yourself for actions you may later regret, make an effort to embrace and care for yourself better. Here are some techniques that could support your increased self-acceptance. Gratitude exercises and reflecting on the qualities of oneself that you value. Building a solid support network with individuals who can offer love and support. Accept yourself for the mistakes you've made. Seek counseling. If you find it difficult to stop overanalyzing, you might want to seek professional assistance. Anxiety or sadness are 2 mental health conditions that overthinking may be a sign of. On the other hand, it can also make you more vulnerable to mental health issues. You can learn techniques from a mental health expert to help you quit ruminating, worrying, and lingering on unhelpful topics. They might also assist you in determining which coping mechanisms, such as exercise or mindfulness, are effective for you. See your doctor if you feel like your mind is working nonstop. Your physician might be able to suggest a therapist who can assist you in stopping your overthinking. A remark from Very Well. An unending cycle of stress and anxiety brought on by overthinking may eventually make you feel less motivated, prepared, and confident. It can also contribute to mental health problems like sadness and anxiety. Therefore, it's critical to figure out how to stop thinking in such harmful ways. Self-help techniques like thinking critically and finding a distraction can be beneficial. See a mental health professional if your well-being is suffering as a result of your overthinking. They can assist you in acquiring the cognitive resources and coping mechanisms required to avoid overanalyzing. So this is the end of our today's video. Do you like it? Kindly give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.